Okay, we're live on the YouTube now. I'll do our old classic background music here. Fuck, that's hilarious. Royalty-free background music. This always makes my shit go choppy. I'm gonna shut down whatever I don't need here. Super choppy. Maybe if I'll close the tabs I don't need. I don't actually think I need this one anymore. There we go. It's a little better. You just fall. No way. No way. What does he do with it once it's caught? Yeah, I don't know. I guess he just dumps it in there. He's just adding an extra step. Maybe he gives it a sniff. Sniff and a lick. Make sure everything's ship shape. Gingerly sets it adrift. Gives it like a Viking funeral. You know, puts it in a little boat, lights it on fire. Shit shape, there we go. Hell yeah. Okay, I gotta turn this down a little bit. This like video in particular, I'm gonna go 144p. Always seems to chop it all up. Man, look at that, yeah, fucking. It's probably because it's 12 hours long. Not as bad with a different tab and focus. Flags it, bags it, tags it. Let's go, buddy. Treats it better than Air Canada treats their baggage, I'll tell you that much. All right. Okay, so I was kind of on like a bit of a mad dash to try and get just a basic overworld going and the encounters working before that game dev meetup on the weekend there. And now it's time to do a little bit of refactoring. So nothing super exciting today. I finally got a Clang format file in my project. So I'm reformatting, letting the formatter format all my files, kind of cleaning up, getting rid of some old code, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to be doing today, maybe even tomorrow. Just a nice clean refactor, get rid of the old code, the old resources I'm not using, and kind of get there. And then I have, I think going to these monthly meetups is going to be really good because it's going to give me like, I sort of have an idea in my head of what I think like a realistic amount of progress is going to be between now and the next one in about a month. So it's going to be a good like thing to sort of keep me going like month after month, making a little bit of progress. So do you think he names each one? I would. Gonna harpoon it. Harpoon it and wrap it in rice. Yeah, they are. And it's good. Like, I've never done any fucking game dev like with other people. Like, it's just such a like solo thing that I do by myself, So it's good to have like a little group and just sort of a little like, okay, like what I want. I think I even wrote it down here. Do I have NeoVim running? I wrote down before next meetup. So 1 to 2 new enemies. I want tile and character animations in the overworld. At least 3 overworld, I should say screens here, not maps. So a minimum of 3, like the way it's gonna work is you walk off one edge and then the camera just moves. It's not gonna be smooth camera movement. So each like part of the map is gonna be its own screen. So at least 3 of those, at least 2 new scenes. So like a shop or like a wishing well or some sort of like scene sort of thing that the character can come across. Controller support, because I want to be able to pass it around and have people play it. And then this like sun ray sound. This is in the actual battle transition here. I want to have, there's this thing where, well, I can just show you. Another thing I did was I shortened up the, hold up. Let me just pause this for a sec. I shortened up the transition. A lot of the comments I got were that it's just way too long for a common transition, which I agree with. So now instead of doing the whole like circle and then the circle gets smaller into the sun, it just goes straight to the sun like this. And then what I'm gonna do, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna take the part where the circle like goes like the crosshair into the circles, and then I'm gonna do that transition out of the battle back into the overworld. But anyways, this part here, that little I'm gonna have that be slightly different per enemy. So anyways, that's my like shit to get done before the next meetup. I think that's totally doable as long as I work hard and don't dilly-dally too much. Cool one here called Play My Demo. Yeah, that's awesome. So this one here is like, it's very, very informal. There was like maybe 20 people at the last one. The first one I went to, there was like 12. But basically, yeah, you can sign up and just show whatever you're working on, and people give you feedback and ask questions and stuff, and then you just hang out and chat with people. It's cool just to like meet some more people who do the thing. So anyways, before we do all that, we are going to refactor some code. Another thing I'm really trying to avoid with this project is making a messy and unpleasant code base. By the end of SPACEMAN, that code base was a dog's breakfast, and adding anything or changing anything became a huge pain in the ass. So I want to avoid that. So anyways, that's what we're doing today. So yeah, like I said, I got a Clang format file in here. So I've just been going through my classes and letting the formatter do its thing. Oops. Welcome back, Nikki. We're gonna go light mode. I know everybody loves light mode. At the poop convo, the poop in your hand convo. That guy's a fucking king, bro. I love him. He's my new favorite king shit. Hell yeah. King shit, literally. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna kind of just go down the line here. So we did loot box win, loot box lose. Let's do our battle rects. Start with the top battle rect. Yeah, just formatting, going through, looking at. So we got, what do we got here? Constructor, don't have an update. We got draw. I'll just make sure everything's kind of in the same order in the CPP files, as well as the header files, that kind of shit. Oops. Cleaning it all up. Real riveting stuff. Yeah. He would love it in England, hey? They got that little shelf there that your shit sits on before it gets flushed down. You'd be like, man, they got built-in hands on the toilets here. You don't even have to catch it in your hand to take a sniff. Butters was onto something. This formatting is interesting, man. At first I was like, ooh, I don't like it, but now I kind of like it. Like there's sort of a reason everything's placed where it is. I went with the LLVM standard, which seems to be very much like, very much all about making everything as compact as possible, which I kind of like, kind of respect it. Okay, just going. I'm doing the curly brace initialization syntax, changing that everywhere. Draw, so we draw Trying to get rid of comments too if the code is clear enough on its own. Function body there. Diggity. Cool. All right. Let's go middle battle rect. Okay, this is a big one. Actually, you know what? I should spend more time actually looking through these files. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, bro. Hey, my man. Come on in here. Okay, so update rect, update text, we do both of those. Move finished, text finished, we use those. Let's make sure this shit's all in the same order here. Excuse me. So our constructor, we do draw, update rect, update text, move finished, text finished, set char writers, and trigger move out. Then in our constructor here, so we have rect, we have char writers, and font. Okay, that one looks good. Let's go through this. Hell yeah, who is that guy? I want to hear more from him. Okay, I'm gonna put resources up top here. Moving rack, we got our accoutrement. Is warbling, do I even use that anymore? Oh yeah, looks like I do. But oh yeah, okay. It looks like I still do use it. All right, so we'll hold on to that. Should draw black rect, should draw sprite. I'm pretty sure I use both of those. Yeah, I turn those off when it's time to move the rectangles out. Right. Okay. Okay, that all looks good. Let's make sure, just make sure all the shit's in the right order. Fade duration, warble duration, start position, end position, dimensions, we're good there. Oh, you know what? Another kind of refactor thing I want to do is I'll make another. Clang format all the files. And, fuck, what was it now? Shit. Oh, right. It is, pass resources instance to all constructors that need it. Right now, I'm kind of doing this weird hybrid where sometimes I use the resources singleton, and then other times I store it in the as a member. I think what I'm gonna do is anywhere I need it, pass the one instance to the constructor and then store a pointer to it. What is slurry? Ooh, excuse me. Poop soup. Nice. Thank you, thank you. Okay, got all our lerps and our floats and bools here, and then that. Okay, so let's go through all these methods, make sure I'm still using them. You know what? Let's put update rect. Let's put all those above draw. So update rect, fade in sprite. Move fade in sprite up here. Gerda, welcome on in. How you doing? How was the weekend? Good to see ya. Okay, and then we have these excuse me, getters. Interesting that it moves that over there. Okay, get current anim. That's still in draw. Okay, move finished. Get wrecked. Get current anim. Good. Set breath active. Set animation. Do I have an overloaded? I do. Wonder if I use both of them. Yes, I do. Okay. Overloaded set animations. Trigger rotate. Cool. Trigger shake. Oh yeah, set animation, trigger rotate, trigger shake, set warble. Excuse me, sorry for sniffing and snorting into the mic. Update black rect finished, trigger move out. Sweet. Okay. That one's looking good. Update. Okay, so back down here. Okay, so here is a situation where I think I'll want to I think I will want to pass resources to the constructor and then just hold on to that pointer. Hell yeah, Gerda. Good to see you. How's the weekend? Dinner time here. Hey, you as well, Elanuka. Excuse me. Okay, good practice. Null pointer initialize any conspla in the header. Very easy to forget to set them in the C, and then you'll be sad later. That's a good. So I actually kind of was wondering about that. So that's just as a safeguard. You just go here. Because usually what I do is I do all my initialization in the .cpp file. So even if that's pointer is going to be null at first, that I would do it here. Like, what is this sound? Null pointer. But it's like it's okay to mix initializations in the header and in the CPP file. Ned Bolter, welcome on in. CPP, it's my first C++ project, so I'm doing my best. And yes, you can mix. Okay, that's a good tip, man. I'm gonna do that. I find even like I've had some bugs that they like blew my mind because I was like I'd have like like something like this, like a move timer, and then in my CPP file I forgot to default it to 0, and I was getting these just insane weird bugs. And it's just because it was like whatever garbage data was in that address. It was like a bug that I'd never used, or a bug I'd never encountered using like Lua and stuff before. So do you do that for a lot of shit? Like, would you set move timer, for example? Would you set that to 0 in the header and then just leave it out of the CPP? My style so far has been to like not set anything in the header and do set everything in the CPP. You copy the same name each time plus a comma, and you know what? That's a fair point. I never thought of that. What is CTOR? Is CPP getting more common? Raylib is doing wonders yet. I don't know. That's a good question, honestly. This is my first time writing like statically typed. Like I've done a little bit of C#, so that's not totally true, but it's my first kind of like major project. Oh, C constructor. Gotcha. Don't even use constructor. Oh, interesting, man. That's actually wild. So something like this. What about types that get constructed? So like, for example, I have this moving rect class. And then because my moving rect class doesn't have a default constructor, I pass the values to that moving rect class like in this constructor. But I guess what you're saying is moving rect would itself have a bunch of default values, so constructing it in this battle rects constructor wouldn't be necessary, right? Defaults everywhere to what you want. Interesting. Okay. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's see if it cleans up these files a little bit. So let's just go to moving rect here. I actually got I started using Clang format too. So I've never done that before. So now it's like, it's auto formatting all my shit. I kind of like it. You know, it's funny. I was watching a YouTube video. I just had it on in the background when I was working, but it was Bjarn talking at some conference, and he mentioned how, like, he was like, yeah, in the past you used to have these really long CPP files and really short header files, and now people tend to have these longer header files and shorter CPP files. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, but that kind of makes sense. At work, you knit all in constructor. Hobby stuff, you knit all in header files. That's cool. Yeah, it's been fun, man. Like I said, this is my first C++ project, so it's been fun sort of figuring out even just like formatting. Like I said, like this Clang format thing. Like I was doing lots of I was using almond style braces for functions and like lots and lots of space. And then I just kind of decided, I was like, I'll just do the LLVM format, which is like super compact and super, kind of like makes everything really tight. That's what she said. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun sort of like figuring out what kind of style I like and whatever. So let's just try this. Let's do this, this moving rect deal here. So, okay, so something like this. So I have my lerp class, which basically wraps C++'s lerp with different easing functions, and you give it a duration. But these don't have a default because they kind of need like a start value and an end value, that kind of a thing. And then the moving rect, in this case, might need a constructor, right? Because you have to give it a start position and an end position. That's kind of the whole point of the moving rect. No blue-haired Rust, bro. Yeah, exactly. The Rust. I'd be a lot more interested in learning Rust if the Rust community didn't seem so insufferable. Your code's, dude, me too. I do that same thing. Like that's what I'm in the process of, like reformatting all of my files with Clang format now. I change my mind on that kind of stuff a lot too. Style, just little like style differences and that kind of shit. So yeah, for this moving rect, I don't know if I could have a default constructor. Does that make sense? I don't know if that would really work in this case here. But then I guess in those cases, you would default everything you can, right? And then just keep your constructor pretty bare. Is that the idea? Yeah. That's interesting. Too much extra writing. Yeah, that is fair. That's totally fair. But yeah, for some stuff, like with these lerps or with this moving rect, I'm not sure. But yeah, like there is probably some stuff here. Our vector of HP rects, that's got to get constructed in the constructor because we need to know how much HP or how many HP rects we're gonna make. But like this could be default set to 0. This is NeoVim. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Like that's kind of what Bjarn was saying there. And I've sort of been treating header as just sort of like, here's the class at a glance kind of thing. And then the constructors where I actually, or the CPP files where I actually do everything. Equals 0, one less character. Yeah, this is another thing. I was always one of these guys too. But I bought, or I got, for my birthday, my sister bought me a tour of C++. And then I read in the book that for whatever reason, old Bjarn says this is the better way to do it for initialization. So I started following that. So just for consistency's sake, I'm gonna do that. But you know what? Also, just for consistency's sake, I'm going to slowly as we go think about initializing shit more in the header. But for now, I'm gonna leave it. Just because I'm already gonna I'm gonna use Clang format to reformat all my shit. But that's good food for thought. I appreciate it. Bjorn says that so initializes to default regardless of type. That would be without the 0. No, I think he was just talking about syntax. Like anytime, like let's see here. I'm sure I have a function here like this. So anytime you're initializing in the Tour of C++ book, at least as far as I understood it, he was saying to use this syntax over this for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think one of the reasons was like if I have if I turn this into an int and I had this, I guess it does warn me. But you can get errors where this would like silently truncate down to 0, whereas this way will give you like a compile error. Oops. That was one of the reasons. Jesus Christ, there we go. Might mean temporary object construction and then copy. Doesn't make a difference for simple types. Yeah, maybe I'm not totally understanding. But anyways, I did kind of change my style in here to be that version, that like initialization style. So I'll leave it for now. Okay, so yeah, I'm just kind of going through each of these classes and cleaning them up, making sure everything is nice. So float up or update rect, update reveal. HP rect movement. I'm just making sure I'm actually using all of these excuse me, methods and shit. All rects revealed. Move finished, rect finished. Excuse me. Trigger move out. Okay, is this shit all? Am I using all this? And instead of, yeah, and can you do the word or as well? Yeah. I did my last project in Lua, and in Lua you use the word and the word or, because otherwise it treats it like a bitwise and an or. It's kind of weird. Okay, put this shit in the same order here. So we'll start with sound and verb sound. Yep. Okay, rects revealed. Reveal timer, move timer, rect to move. Determine recs to move. Max HP. Should draw HP recs. I think there's a method as well, right? Oh no, that's just a bool. Make HP recs. Okay. That all looks fine. Make sure nothing broke. See you later, Gerda. The bang is such a tiny character. Do you write not then? See, I'm still in the honeymoon phase. So I'm still loving it. I'm gonna think about that though. Once I do this refactor and like Clang format everything. If not, Bubba, damn. You crazy, bro. Oh, there needs to be a space. Needs to be a space there in loot box lose. Dealing. Here we go. When you're going, you switched. It's like, yeah, it's fun, man. Like it's part of the fun of coding is sort of like figuring out your own style and what you like and what you don't like and trying a bunch of different shit out. Okay, so we got all of those battle recs. Let's do our battle box class here. Another thing too is like, I think it's also just because I'm new to the, I'm kind of new to OOP and and everything, but like constructors kind of help me think about like an object as like a thing that needs to be like created. You know what I mean? It like helps me sort of conceive of what's going on. Because it forces me to think like, okay, this is like, the class is like a blueprint, and then when you actually make the thing, here's what's gonna happen. Felt the same way at the start. Yeah. I know, like, as I go, I'll be better able to sort of like abstractly conceive of these things, but like, yeah, having the like actual constructor written out where it's like, okay, when I make one of these things, here's what's gonna happen. It kind of helps me make sense. I have this one class. Did I actually make a base class? No, I don't think I did. Like shake effect, for example. And this one's just where are we here? Shake effect.h. This one doesn't have a constructor. It just has like a trigger method. And then so I attach it to a class and then I trigger it. So it's kind of always there. But even this, like, for some reason, it like I have to sort of think about it for a sec and be like, okay, like it's not actually being created. It's just there with all these default values. And then I just call the trigger function on it. But that kind of makes more sense because it's like, it's something that's going to just be with the, like the enemy, for example, that gets triggered periodically. It's not like a thing that's going to get created, do its thing, and then destroyed. But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's fun. Okay, so let's go through this one. And just make sure everything is hunky-dory. Really riveting stuff today. Okay. Pass resources. So I don't really need this music pointer if we already have resources. And I should be passing resources as a reference, I believe. And music is going to be resources. Oh yeah, we actually don't know. So this one we will set to null pointer. Actually, yeah, I'm an idiot. I do need that. At first I was like, oh, I don't need this because I already have a reference to resources, but end music is going to vary based on whether or not we win or lose the battle. So we do actually want that. We do want that pointer, so this will be that. Top rect. What does top rect need? Enemy name, and then so that would also be, that would just be resources. Just pass that straight through, and then same with this one. There we go. Okie doke. Where are we here? This is, we're trying to do battle box. Okay. Updates all good. draw, handle, hit, set animation. Do we call this one? Pretty sure we do. Yeah, that one can stay. Intro complete, trigger end. I'm gonna put this one up here because it's kind of like a getter. These ones are kind of like setters. Okay, I'm just gonna reorganize this to be in the same order. My variable does Clang format and I don't think Clang format enforces a choice. I prefer the camel case over the snake case because it's one less character. It is weird that like C++, it kind of uses two different, like a lot of the standard library shit is snake case. What's your preference on that? Also, do you use a formatter at all, or do you just raw dog it? Okay, yeah, so let's move these into the proper order. So we did handle, hit after draw. Where's draw? There we go. Okay, so handle, hit, and then did the setters. So get current anim, and then intro complete. Let's find that one. And then set animation, that one's good. We should do reset animation right after that. Set animation, reset animation, and then cleaning up. Okay, and then set end music, set warble, and then trigger end. So let's get this one. Put it there. Use Reshaper++, comes with Reformatter rule setter for bad naming, automatic header inclusion on missing symbols. Nice. Not full Hungarian style. You do use underscores, hey? That's interesting. Is that work or hobby or both? So would you do like, you would go M underscore my underscore variable like this? Oops. Or is it like M, come on, insert, there we go. M my variable. Whoops, I can spell. Both work is full Hungarian. Nice. I do for members, I do a preceding underscore and the camel case. So like that. Static pointer to unsigned short. That is kind of like, I see the value of it for sure. But yeah, for me, it's just, I just do the preceding underscore for members, and that's kind of good enough for me. I'm also a team of one though, so I'm kind of lucky. Like I get to do whatever the hell I feel like. Okay, so we got all those in the right order. Let's go through the constructor. I know this isn't the most exciting shit, but this is one of those refactor days that just got to make sure. It's been getting a little bit messy the last couple of weeks. Okay, so I wanted to do, resources and end music up at the top, and then we do state. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do all the pointers together. So let's take, that. Go delete L with that. Yeah, there we go. And then delete that one. Okay. Let's go here actually. State delay, then our 3 rectangles. Vector of splotches. Which we don't need to initialize that because it's a vector. Music time and seconds per beat. Those are there. Unique pointer to loot box. We don't know what that's going to be at runtime or at compile time, because that's going to depend on whether or not we win or lose. HP at end, battle result, and then our methods. Okay, I'm actually going to take, so the things that I don't need to initialize, I'm going to put at the bottom. Put these guys up here. So then we got our like resource pointers, state variables, the 3 kind of main rectangles, and then some random shit here. That looks pretty clean. I'll change this to be the same order. So what did I do? I don't think I actually moved anything that much. So we do top rect, middle rect, bottom rect, do our loot box. Oh yeah, here we go. We'll do loot box at the very end. That's what we'll do. You got me thinking about putting defaults in the header file now. The next time I write a class, I'll do that on a new class, and we'll see how it feels. See if I like it or not. Okay, I think that one's all organized. Add splotch, and then rects move finished. These are just the private and the music finished. Okay, cool. Cool. What time is it? It's 2:08. I gotta run. I got an appointment in 20 minutes here. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate that. That was a fun stream. Good way to start the week. Ned Bolter, good to have you in here. I always love having more programmers. Olex, good to see you. Nikki, Kestelos, Anti-Ladane. Thanks, everybody. Gerda. Who else do we have in here today? Elenuka. Freezing Awesomes. Good to see everybody. Ned Bolter, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, we will be back tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Saskatchewan time, which I believe is 8 p.m. Eastern. What's current time, Toronto? Yeah, actually, I do kind of have a challenge for you there, Kestelos. But the other thing is, I don't know how big it's gonna, like, if I sent you something, yeah, I'll send you some ideas, and I'll just get you to think on it a little bit, because I don't know how big I'm gonna make the map. Because yeah, I was thinking about sending you something, but then I was like, I don't want you to like do a whole bunch of work or whatever, and then I don't end up using any of it or something, you know. But I do have an interesting sort of way I think I'm gonna approach the map. So I'll just send it to you, and you can start thinking, because that'd be awesome to have some help. Hell yeah. Tomorrow at, so 8 p.m. Eastern. Let's find somebody to raid. Who do we got online here? See if we got any game dev homies. No Skill Games is on. Oh, Ryan Fleury's on. I like Ryan Fleury. He's cool. He's working on a debugger. Let's raid Ryan. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. We will see you tomorrow evening. Straight game dev. And then Wednesday we'll be back for the half hour to an hour of banjo practice, and then more game dev. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.